Hello, I'm Christian Guzman, and today on Crash Course AP Psychology, we're going to be talking about the most complex and important part of the body, the brain. So when talking about the brain, you always got to talk about the brainstem. It's the oldest and most inner part of the brain. It's connected to the spinal cord. It's responsible for automatic survival, like breathing, talking, just what I'm doing right now. The swelling on the spinal cord is called the medulla. It sits at the base of the brainstem and it controls your heartbeat and breathing and stuff like that. Just above the medulla is the pons. It helps coordinate movement and relax a person, something you really need after seeing your grades for AP Psychology. The thalamus is located on the brainstem. It's also known as the sensory control center, and all senses go there. The reticular formation goes through the thalamus, and it's known as the neuron network. It enables arousal and alertness, and you need it to stay awake in Miss Rhodes' class. The reticular formation was discovered by Giuseppe Moruzzi and Horace Magoon, and they discovered it when they stimulated the reticular formation and it awoke a sleeping cat. Now, the cerebellum is called the little brain because it plays a pretty big role in a lot of things like nonverbal learning, movement, balance, and memory. Now, we're going to throw it over to Ben Barfield for fun facts. Hey, thanks Christian. Now, I'm Benjamin Barfield and here's fun facts. Did you know that the brain comprises of only 2% of the entire body weight of a human person? Now, did you know that our brains have 86 billion brain cells? Well, except for Justin Mullis, he might have a few less. Did you know that your brain storage capacity is virtually unlimited, meaning it can't get all used up like RAM on your computer? Did you know that the popular myth that we use only 10% of our brains is completely wrong? We use almost all of it, and when we're sleeping, we use almost all of it as well when we're dreaming. The limbic system is located below the cerebral cortexes, and it controls your emotions and drives, and contains the amygdala, the hippocampus, and the hypothalamus.
Hypothalamus. Same thing.
Now, the amygdala is part of the limbic system, and it allows you to feel fear like when Miss Rhodes tells you to take everything off your desk and pull out a pencil. The hypothalamus is part of the limbic system. It also governs the endocrine system and plays a huge role in your reward center, your body temperature, and eating and drinking. Now, the final part of the limbic system is the hippocampus, and it processes conscious memories. Now, the frontal lobe is located just behind the forehead. It's part of the cerebral cortex and has a role in judgment, planning, speaking, and muscle movement. The parietal lobe is located towards the top of the head and toward the rear. Now, it has a big role in sensory inputs and body position, and people that have an injury to the parietal lobe can have face blindness. Now, the occipital lobe is located towards the rear of the head, and it receives and processes visual information. Now, the temporal lobe is just above the ears and processes and receives auditory information from the opposite ears. The corpus callosum holds the two hemispheres together, and basically without it you could still survive, but you would have split brain. And this is when the two hemispheres of your brain don't communicate and can't share information. Now, today we learned the different parts and functions of the brain and why it's so complex and important and vital to us. Now, I want to give a special thanks to the cameraman Joseph Slater and our executive producer Benjamin Barfield. And a special thanks also to Brian Wallace for allowing us to use his classroom. And a special thanks to our teacher, Miss Rhodes.